Hi, my name is Josh Swisher. I own Northface Construction here in Minnesota. 5 years ago, we had about 54 leads come into the company, and just over the last week, over the last 365, we've hit about 1,020 in the last 365 days, and here are some of the ways that we did that. So a lot of people wonder, how do you get leads for roofing and siding, storm damage without door knocking? My answer is I don't really know any other way. It all started with referrals, and that's your best place to go, is cultivating your past projects and doing the best job you can. That's always been our go-to. When I started, it was just kind of compound word of mouth, but when you're living at home in your parents' basement, you don't really need a whole ton of leads to survive. The next thing kind of that really started things in the right direction, thankfully I listened to the right people and had the right teachers and mentors, that is like establishing your brand and really knowing what you're about, and then compounding on that, like investing for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years out. You know, you in like stuff is like building out your online presence, putting content out there and stuff. So right now, where most of our leads come from is from Google, through a couple different channels. We do AdWords, that works pretty well, but it gets expensive depending on what you're bidding on. We're doing Facebook ads, which are very good and competitive, especially during COVID. A lot of people are pulling out of Facebook ads, so your cost per acquisition is a lot lower if you know the right way of writing the ad and how to serve it to the right audience. Another one that's working really well for us is obviously Google Organic, through working with our SEO company. And then also through Google as well would be Google Local Services, was a huge one, which you literally can like change the slider to where it is. But to make those like actually work really well, I don't know what the algorithm is, but I believe like with getting those reviews constantly and compounding on them, I think that's helped us. You'd have to ask an expert. Other lead sources that have worked for us in the past, Thumbtack has kind of died off in the last year. It's not what it was 2 years ago. Angie's List, I dabbled in that a little bit, but we never really did much with that. Some people find us there. BBB, never spent any money with them. Porch, I tried them, got one job out of it, wasted more money than needed to do that. I've done telemarketing leads. The company I worked with kind of sucked, and they actually stole a couple $1,000s, never refunded it to me. What other ways are we getting leads? Referrals, yard signs. So every once in a while we get stuff from the truck, and it's like the branding though too. Like if people say like, oh yeah, I see you around town. Yeah, we see your trucks everywhere. I'm like, we only have 5. You know, so like the branding aspect of that is huge, like with people seeing like your brand and recognition. In regards to referrals, we are not as good as we should be. I know we should be better in asking for more. When we do ask for them, we get a few, but we don't have a good system in place. However, when we do get referrals, the closing rate is like double than what anything else. So I know the value's there, and it's a failure on my part, just not compounding on it, being so busy. But referrals are your number one thing, like your cost per acquisition of that. Your network is your net worth. So in the end, my summary on marketing is I suggest you own your marketing, you understand the avenues that you're pursuing in regards to the metrics and how to hold the people accountable if you're outsourcing them, or save the money and do it internally. And personally, my stance has always been, I want to build my brand and build a sustainable business that has a recurring revenue stream and customer base with branding in a local area. I don't want to be chasing a storm my whole life and relying on acts of God to pay my bills in retirement and provide the life I want. Not saying that's the wrong way to do it, because there's plenty of ways to do all sorts of things, but if you're looking to build your brand and grow that way, I really suggest owning your marketing and know your lead sources.